right, Buck, we're going to do something really professional before we start this show. We're going to unplug this phone over here so we don't have the interruptions. But you know what? It's not my fault because we are professionals. You work in various studios. You know silence. Put your cell phone on silent.
Yes.
Always, always. I tell my guests when they come in here, phones on silent, please. But I don't think to do that with this 1980s Back to the Future Michael J. Fox phone.
You know what? Just leave it.
Just leave it?
Just leave it on. If it rings, let's answer it.
Maybe it is a time travel phone. It's a rotary time travel phone, not just the past, the future. Maybe someone from the future will call us and give us lottery numbers or something.
Right.
So we need to be available.
I hope it rings. Now it's a thing. The last video we did, a lot of people had comments about the phone.
Uh-huh.
It's a thing now. Leave it. We're good.
You know what else is a thing?
What?
Your black shirt.
You noticed? Oh my God. All right.
Okay.
I didn't mean to, but every video we've done,
Hey, it's always on Thursday. Do you always wear the same shirt on Thursday? You rotate through?
Apparently for 3 weeks now, I do. I have other shirts. You wait till tomorrow. I'll prove it.
If we didn't bring it up, nobody would have noticed.
Yeah.
Because if you had a bright, flashy orange shirt on,
Right.
then maybe, here's Buck in his orange shirt again. But you can get away with your black uniform. No one's going to say anything. And also, just because you're a guy, you'll get away with more. Like for me, for women, if you wear something, having been in the front of the camera, oh boy, you get a lot of criticism, especially for repeat stuff.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
true.
You always have to have outfits for every different day of the week. It's crazy.
I swear to you, when I get home today, I'm going to hide this shirt so I do not wear it next week. I
It's a
can't.
nice shirt. I'm kidding.
I'm going to wear something else. Maybe no shirt. No, just kidding.
So we have a great topic. We've kind of been teasing this for a couple of weeks now, and this is a theme, something I always talk about. For me, being an older mom, 40 plus, when I had my first baby, the stuff that came into my life was utterly overwhelming. Everyone loves Marie Kondo, how to declutter, how to organize, and I did a really poor job at that at the beginning. And I have a reason for it. Yeah. And I'll tell you my story, and I want to hear your story.
All right.
We obviously, as I mentioned, we did IVF. We knew, it was, I'll take the heat. Doug and I are the same age. Everybody's reproductive health declines, but I'll take the heat. We had to really dig to find some unexpired eggs. Okay. So once we did and we have our embryo, then our doctor was like, okay, are you ready to go? And we'd been through so much. We're like, no, we're going to just kind of chill for 6 months. And we didn't just chill, we lived. So working during the day, doing everything here at the radio station, and every opportunity, traveling. We went to China, we went to Napa. We did everything. And
you lived.
We lived.
You guys went nuts.
We went crazy.
You traveled, you did what? All kinds of fun, drinking.
All kinds of fun stuff. Right. Getting the Napa trip in was a heavy duty, wine consumption, which I wouldn't be able to do for 9 months. Right. And so then, even once I became pregnant, it wasn't like we were out doing all these things, but I felt that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm going to have the responsibility of a child. I'm not going to be able to go do this. So I said yes to everything.
Yeah.
We still continued to take trips. We did all kinds of fun stuff. And I worked really hard because I wanted to make sure I had shows banked for while I was on maternity leave.
You had time to plan it all out.
Yes. So I was hustling in my job. I was hustling in my free time. I was not doing my best effort at getting everything organized, not to mention I was utterly overwhelmed. And I remember we went on our baby moon in March, right before she came in April. My neighbors came over and watched my house while I was gone. And so this neighbor had 2 little girls, and they came in, and Michelle said, Roxanne, my girls are really, really concerned that the baby's room is not going to be ready because I just had stuff everywhere.
And it wasn't baby-proofed.
No.
There were corners everywhere, knives laying out.
Yes. Hazards. Every step was like a minefield. Yes.
Yeah.
So I struggled in the beginning, and I have to tell you, I've come full circle. Now I'm like a coach for people. I have a best friend who is about to have her second baby. I said, I got this. I know what to do. There were some basic things I just didn't even understand.
Yeah.
Like a pacifier, I know what to do with a pacifier, but my home didn't offer a place to put a pacifier.
Yeah.
And that's just a tiny example, but I think you get my point. What about you guys? How did you lead up?
We were trying for a while, for a few months, and then when she found out, we were like you. We were living it up, but we didn't know when it was going to happen, right? So we'd actually went out downtown St. Pete one night with some friends and really had some fun.
Right.
Really had some fun. And she found out the next morning. I don't remember if it was a test or something she took, but she was like, oh, we probably shouldn't do that again. So that was her last sip of alcohol until it all went.
Right.
But we didn't have anything. We
When you don't know, until you know, you aren't. So you may as well go enjoy yourself.
You don't know. We partied it up. We didn't have anything ready. And that was the moment where we started getting a few books, thinking about stuff. We actually decided to move and to purchase a house in a school zone.
So you had there's
Right
no
there.
good time to move, but look at you guys. You were doing it the most craziest critical time, right?
That was it. We were on a month to month. We finished our lease and we were like, okay, let's do it. We're going to buy a house, move to the suburbs. We're going to make it kids.
Picket fence.
Picket fence, kid-friendly house. And it just worked out.
Right.
But
Oh
we
my
weren't
gosh.
ready.
No.
We were like,
no.
okay.
But I know you, Buck. I know you are an organized guy. I mean, look at you. You wear the same shirt every Thursday. You've got a plan in
thank you.
place. And so I know that you have some good ideas as to how to all keep the madness. Plus, you have a boy.
Yeah.
So, plus he's a little older than mine. So I know that you've been through this. How do you cycle through toys? How do you organize stuff in your household?
Oh, man. Yeah, I tried to tell everyone to stop buying him toys. The grandparents.
I just asked for
friends.
educational toys and books.
Yeah. I
And
actually
clothes, 'cause
got
they
my
grow up.
parents to buy him, instead of an actual toy or something, they started a mutual fund account for him and put some money into it. That was like the best.
Right.
That's like the best gift, because
Right.
that's just going to grow until he's, I think, 21 to have access to it. So that's great. But I don't know. He has more toys than I've ever seen in my life. We've got a guest room. You know, when the parents come over, his grandparents, and they stay in there. But if they don't call first, it's floor to ceiling, just toys.
Toys, yes.
Do you have that problem?
Oh yes. Every room, it's like a
Just full of stuff.
I can't think of
right?
the word.
Just-
It's what is it? A disease spreads.
Have you ever seen hoarders?
It's an aggressive disease that's spread throughout our house of toys. Yes.
Yeah. Too
Hoarders.
much. Too much. So now Jackson has my wife's brother. They just had a baby. So now he's got a little cousin, another little boy. This is the perfect chance for us to dump all of our stuff to them.
Okay. That's nice, and it's self-serving.
Yeah.
And so that brings me to my next point about all this organization. I think one of the hardest things is understanding the life cycle of things. Everything from clothes to toys. When you have this new person you can donate things to, that makes it nice because you know where it's going. It's going to stay in your house for X amount of time. When it no longer serves a purpose, you know exactly where it's going. And even if you don't have someone you want to donate to, you can donate to an organization. So that starts to help. But when I first had my daughter, there's so much nostalgia. And we're going to hear a little later from Maria Kondo. She's not really calling the show, but we're going to hear from her. And
Did I hear the phone ring? Is that her?
Marie Kondo. Yes, everybody loves her show. I've read all of her books. I actually don't watch her. What is she on Netflix, I think?
I think so. I watched one episode
Tidying Up.
and I was like, well, I maybe have a different opinion than you, but I was like, nope.
Really?
I think what she's doing is way more work than what I want to put into it.
Okay, fair enough.
Folding your clothes.
You're a guy.
all
You're a
small.
vampire. You wanna do things
I'm
fast.
not folding
Yes.
all these. I'm putting like my socks. Nope. Oops. No, that's how crazy I am. Put them in the drawer. No, I don't want
You
to.
know where they are. That's
know
all
where
that
they are. They're in the
counts. And you haven't wasted the time to do that. I get it. Well, everybody loves her, and they love the decluttering aspects. And I've read all of her books, and so I've learned, or one of her books, I should say. I have learned something very important about nostalgia, and I'm really bad about that.
Yeah.
So I keep things in my life for nostalgic purposes,
Right.
Or informational purposes. Ooh, maybe this will serve me in the future. Resourceful
I
purposes.
might need this one day.
Stupid. And
Yeah.
so that nostalgia is tenfold when you have a baby.
Yeah.
And if it's your only baby. And so with what I had to realize with my daughter is not only did I not know when this stuff was entering the cycle half the time, and I'll get to that, but I didn't know how it was leaving the cycle.
Yeah.
And so with my girlfriend who's having another little girl, she's got one girl already, she's having another little girl. And with her, I'm like, you've got all this stuff. Let me show you how to organize it. Buck, I did not know this. And I ask everybody up and down the halls who has kids. You didn't know this either. When you get an article of clothing, and that article of clothing says it is a 3-month-old piece of clothing for a 3-month-old.
Like it fits a 3-month-old. Okay.
I thought, not thinking, I thought that means when the clock starts at 3 months. So if your daughter's born in April 1st, then July 1st, The clock starts on that 3-month piece of clothing. No. What 3 months means is 0 to 3 months.
Oh, really?
That's the equivalent. Or if it's a 6-month article of clothing, 6-month article means 3 to 6 months.
Whoa.
I looked at all the poundage. I found this chart.
They're putting the end when
Yes.
basically the size means when it ends.
Yes.
It's in my mind.
Now, it's going to
that's
depend on how
when-
big your baby is, but yeah.
In my mind, that's when I'm buying it. If I have a 3-month baby
Mm-hmm.
and he's starting to get big, I'm going to buy a 6-month shirt because he's going to need to grow into it.
Right.
But now I know.
Now you know.
Whoa, man.
The clock has already begun. So I was helping my girlfriend. We took all of her daughter's clothes. We grouped them into 0 to 3. Then you put the 3-month-old clothes with those because they're essentially like the 0 to 3, 3 to 6. And you also have the 6 to 12, so that 6 to 9. So you've got all these different gaps, but we organize them accordingly. Then we knew I went crazy with this. We know how big her daughter is. We knew like what percentile her daughter was in. I said, look, you know your daughter's in the 90th percentile. You know this next baby's probably going to be the 90th percentile.
There you go.
Then you attach the poundage to what you know they're going to be. So, for example, we realized that at 2 months, her child will likely not fit into 3-month clothes anymore if she follows the same pattern as baby number 1.
This is a lot of math, but continue.
But I just went crazy. I'm kind of split personality. I'm a total mess in a lot of aspects of my life and areas of my house. And then at others, I just go nuts. So I was like, okay, you know the baby is born at this time, say December. Then you know that February, that alarm needs to go off, and you need to go in there, take all those clothes, donate them. You're not having any more kids. You donate them.
Right.
Move in the next batch of clothes. Take those and put, so sounds tedious, but it was fun. And once you know, you just feel like, okay, this makes sense. I had no clue what I was getting into.
That's crazy. Let me ask you something.
Okay. Do I have too much time on my hands?
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you save all your baby clothes? Like,
What do you mean by that?
Like, have
Yes,
you gotten rid of anything?
No, I
or
saved
are
all
you
my baby clothes
keeping?
back. What are you, an investigative reporter? Yes, I saved.
I just want to know.
Yes,
I don't know.
I saved all my baby clothes.
Where are
is
they
it
at?
nostalgia? Is it what it? Okay, I'm helping her. I got problems in my own household. I'm like a counselor
Oh,
that is
no.
just a total mess,
They're
but I'm
everywhere.
telling people.
They're
I'm
all
giving
over your
yes,
house.
Yes, they're all over my house. They're in every. If I were to write down right now every nook and cranny where Evelyn Jade's clothes might be, that list is going to be long because it's got a box here, a box there. Yes,
Yeah.
so I've got to apply these principles in my own life. Yes, I do.
Wow.
So we
Well.
want to talk about but what are any other little tactics you have for keeping things organized in and around your house?
mean, my newest mentality
Mm-hmm.
is don't be afraid to throw something in the trash.
I like that.
I can't make a pile in my house that is going to go to Goodwill
Mm-hmm.
and then have a pile that I'm going to pass down to another kid.
How about the repurposers? How about people who repurpose stuff?
I can't. Me and my wife had this talk actually like last night, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just like, you know what? No more. Like we want minimal. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a bunch of stuff and trash bags marked with the year 2016
Mm-hmm.
on them in this closet. I'm just done. Get rid of it. If I need more, I'll buy more. If I have another kid one day, I'll just rebuy.
Sure.
You know what? I can't have it in the house. I'm just done. I don't know. Do you feel me here?
I totally feel you. And I know some people out there are not going to feel this at all because there are a lot of repurposers
Yeah.
and people who are very
I get
conscious
it.
of everything needs to go to continue into the life cycle to be very resourceful. For example, I have a girlfriend who she repurposes everything. I mean, think of the most like a bridesmaid dress. Those are so not repurposable.
Yeah,
She would turn a
yeah.
bridesmaid dress into a bikini if she needed to. Whereas we'd be like, get rid of it. You're not going to wear it again. So I think that you just have to know what kind of person you are. And I don't know about you, but when I do have those moments of having to get rid of something and knowing like maybe I wasn't maybe it's a little bit wasteful to throw it in the trash,
Yeah.
I allow myself to feel enough guilt so that I don't make that similar purchase next time. That's my correction.
Yeah. Okay. Learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're right. Be a minimalist. Do they really need it? Can they share with someone else? Things like that.
I have one shirt that my mom saved from when
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. And it is like for a 3-month-old, and it's purple, and in yellow letters on the back, it says Buck.
Are we the same person? Was it for the Minnesota Vikings or something? Because they're purple.
It looks the colors,
Okay.
but
I have a Roxanne shirt that's orange because it was Leroy Selman's not his
Okay.
jersey, but a T-shirt. Yeah, his number on it.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe she saved it because it said my name, and I don't know. It's the only thing I have from being a kid that
And does
she
Jackson
said.
wear that?
He did, but
Isn't it
when
cute? Did he, like, take a
found
little
it,
picture? Yeah.
I found it in the attic, and when I put it on him, it was probably one time, and it was too tight for him.
Right, right.
So I barely caught it. I got one picture, and I was like, "That's cool."
Yes.
But now, then, no way it fits him now.
Right. No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you just hang on to it. That's your one little piece of nostalgia.
That's it. You get one. You hear me? You get one. Get rid of it.
Take
clear
you
it
back
out.
to that time period. Or you can just keep an old phone like this to take you back in time when you want to. Okay. We're going to go through a couple of Marie's tips and sort of tailor them to how they would fit into baby stuff and kid stuff. Totally agree with this. Tackle categories, not rooms. That's what I just talked about.
Okay.
Dig out the clothes from every nook and cranny. Dig out the toys from every room. Consolidate them in a playroom.
I like that. Separate it if you have a playroom. A lot of people don't.
Right.
The playroom for me is my kid's room.
Right. I know. And that's tough.
Yeah.
Because it just grows and grows and grows and grows.
You know what? I did separate a few things. I've got these big bins I bought at Target, and I've got dinosaurs in one, cars in another, and his train stuff in another.
Right.
Now he gets them all out at the same time and stuff, but I've taught him how
You've
to
taught him
separate.
how.
That's kind of
Okay.
See, I'm following.
That's it. That's a good point. That brings me to the next one. Purging feels so good.
Yep.
So I think you kind of have to teach your kids to purge. Mark Jason, been on the podcast before. He talked about he's got his 5 kids. He tells them all, okay, we're going to have this one day a week or something where we you have to with that many children to be purging, and to make that a part of your routine. And also, nostalgia is not your friend. We talked about that. Respect your belongings. Respect your things.
Respect.
Yes.
You better not throw that toy.
And then it's like I'm cleaning up at night, just throwing stuff places. So that's hard to do sometimes.
I noticed when I pick up my son's toys, like we're doing it together, is if I don't throw it in the bin, then he doesn't throw it in the bin. Like if I set it soft, I see him set it soft. So I'm like, okay, even though I just want to toss it in and hurry up and clean it, you can't. They're watching.
We can't. Exactly. They're watching everything. I've got another story about that I've got to share with you at some point. Okay. Also, you want to, she gets into folding. We're not going to go through these tips on folding,
Thank
but maybe.
God.
Okay. But can we hear from her on folding? Let's just.
Like a clip?
It's a minute long. We just want to hear what she has to say.
All right.
About folding.
お洋服を畳むのってとっても楽しいんです。お子さ
Ah.
んのお洋服を畳むときは
Okay, sorry. I didn't preview that.
Well, there might be a problem.
I'm going to have to translate. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not a translator. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you what she said.
Yes.
You got to fold it.
Yes, and she goes on to, this is a visual thing. All right, well, we'll scratch that. On to a great topic, Buck, that you brought up last week. Kelsey having the baby here at the office. The 5 things you must have, because some of the stuff just goes and sits in different places around your house. Some of it only gets used once. But the 5 things you got when you had a new baby, and they're still relevant.
That's it.
They're the big ticket items, but that's cool.
You want to, they're the big ticket items. You want to make sure when you're buying stuff or you have a baby shower that you put these on your list, because I was amazed. Here I am 4 years later and we're still using them. I was telling a buddy of mine, I was like, dude, make sure you get these because you're going to keep using these. Dude,
Right.
this is crazy. So number 1 is a stroller.
Still use it. I have the wobbly wheel now, but still use it.
Right. But if
Good
you
exercise.
if you're going to theme parks, it's a must, because not only for your kid, but you can put like your bags and your
Yes.
drinks and stuff on it.
One time, you know how they have the little bin underneath?
Yeah.
One time I forgot my stroller when I went to Disney World. Yes, I forgot my stroller.
No, I've done it too.
With my sister. And so my sister had her stroller and she had the little thing underneath, and I put my daughter in there.
Hey, it's
There's some
child
cute
size.
photos.
That's funny. This goes along with stroller, car seat. I mean, obviously you have
Obviously.
to have it.
And those last a long time.
Last a long time. A lot of them make them where you can pull them out and put them in the stroller and they attach and
That's
all that.
nice.
So you have to have that. I put on there a sound machine. Now this,
Yes.
a lot of people don't think about this kind of thing, but there's apps on your phones. I got a great free one if anybody wants to know. But we have something you plug in and it's a little night light, but you hit a button and it plays like white noise.
Right.
People don't sleep on this. You need this in
Yes.
your life.
And to your point, is it going to last years from now? Yes. They still need that to go to sleep. You've created that habit. That's
Right.
part of their routine.
Right. Picture this. Okay, you're putting your baby to sleep. Finally, She falls asleep.
Mm-hmm.
All you want to do is watch some TV,
Yes.
some Game of Thrones,
Of
have
course.
some wine. You want to be able to go, cheers, and turn up the volume of your movie or your show
Right.
without waking the child up.
You need a buffer.
You need a buffer. Throw in that white noise, a nice ocean breeze,
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy your night.
Or you can just listen to that ocean breeze yourself.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
been that kind of day.
You can. Something else on the list is a baby monitor.
Of course.
Now, this is great because my son is 4 and we can still keep an eye on him. In fact, we use it when he's in his room awake playing with his toys and we're in the kitchen cooking or
and
something.
then you can watch him, see what he's up to.
That's it.
Because they don't have that comprehension of mommy and daddy they might know Santa is watching them, but they don't know mommy and daddy are watching. And you kind of get an idea of how they'll push their limits.
That's it. That's it. And you can see. And my son attempted to tell me he's going to play in his room with his door closed the other day. Oh,
You said, "Oh no, not happening."
That was a hard no on that, but nice try, buddy. You're only 4.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, by the way.
You need to come to my house and give that lecture to Doug and Evelyn Jade because they are both compulsive door shutters. It's the weirdest
Oh.
thing. It's so annoying. Yes.
No, and I took the locks off his door. So anyway,
There
side
you go.
note. Last item, number 5. I'll put these two together, and that is diapers and baby wipes.
Mm-hmm. Are you a guy who has a preference for a brand snob? My sister's such a brand snob. She's I only use Pampers. I only use
Yeah.
Pampers.
Pampers is the best to buy. I have gone cheap before, and my wife will make fun of me for this. I have gone cheap, and
It never pays.
Yeah, and now my son's at the age where if they're not Pampers, he refuses to wear them.
Are you kidding? How does he know the difference?
They
He looks
feel
they feel different.
different. They're not the same material. Sometimes the Velcro on the sides will poke him or rub him
Wow.
and leave red marks.
Right.
So he'll take them off. He'll take them off. But of course, wipes, clean up, fabulous all the time for messes, for any situation. And I will leave you with that.